Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show. This is episode number 243. This is the last show of 2022. This is going to be a wrap, and as always, I'm going to bring in my co-host, Mr. Hans from the Hans East Texas YouTube channel. What's going on tonight, sir?
Yeah, everybody out there making plans for New Year's and all the fun things that y'all are going to do. I hope everybody has a very safe and happy New Year. Go out there, have fun. Not too much fun, not enough fun. You can't tell your buddies what happened the night before. But right. This is the last of the best of series for 2022. We've gone through everything from best entry level thermal scope to best under 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 high end thermal monocular rotation. We've done a bunch. And if you are wondering what the heck I'm talking about, you said I didn't see any of that, go check out the latenightvision.show.com. You can find all of our past episodes, including all of our best of series. And we've got a lot of content coming up in the month of January with SHOT Show happening. We've got a lot of interviews to come up. We got more announcements on that coming up soon. But man, a lot of things going on right now, Jason. Lots of things.
There is a ton of moving parts, and I'm gonna tell you, we have been busy. We've got all these shows we're recording again. Hans mentioned it there. We're getting ready for the SHOT Show and interviews and all the things we're doing. So and then we're just coming off of Christmas, and there is just so much going on right now. But guys, listen. I've had a lot of people that have left comments on our other best of shows and said, man, thank you for doing this. This helped me. You guys are awesome. Hey, we love it. Thank you for the compliments. It means a lot to us. We're staying up very late nights, recording these, putting these out there. We hope that you do enjoy them and you get some benefit from them. But guys, if you want to say thank you, I'll tell you what is a way to do it. And that is when you get ready to buy your optic, whether it's a night vision, rifle scope like we're going to talk about tonight, if it is a handheld thermal, if it's a weapons mounted rifle scope thermal, whatever it is, Hans and I would love to have your business at Outdoor Legacy. And you can find our website at outdoorlegacygear.com. You can give us a call. You can talk to us and figure out what works best for you. Maybe you don't know where to start and you go, well, your shows are great, but I still need a little bit of advice. I need some help. Give us a call, 877-350-1818. We'll be glad to walk you through the different options, figure out what might work best for you, and then we would love to help you with that sale and have your business. That is just something that would mean a lot to us, and that is what keeps this show going. So that is a shameless plug for Outdoor Legacy. Again, 877-350-1818 or outdoorlegacygear.com. And guys, I'm going to just say one quick thing. I had a guy that dropped an email to me today and he said, what is the benefit of buying from you and Hans at Outdoor Legacy? He said, I've watched your videos. I appreciate them, but really what's the benefit of buying from y'all? And I said, the customer service. And that's something that we offer our customers. If you purchase the scope from us, we're glad to help answer your questions. If you need help getting it set up, whatever it is, that's what we're here for the life of that scope. As long as you own it, we're glad to help you in any way we can. Now, disclaimer, if you buy your scope somewhere else, we can't help everybody. There's just too many phone calls, but if you buy it from us, we would love to help you and answer any questions. So not just before the sale, but after the sale as well.
Oh, and here's the thing about that, just today, I had 45 calls, you had a ton of calls, and we're doing everything we can just to take care of the people that we, bought the scope from us and people that are wanting to buy scopes from us. We would love to help everybody out there. There is just not enough time in the day. We have a great problem. We're busy, but it also means that our time is very scarce to do anything in that regard. But we'd love to help everybody, but unfortunately we can't. I wish we could.
Yeah, but we're making the time for the guys that choose to buy from us. I mean, that's what we're doing. We worked late today, and we'll work late. We're going to take care of you, so we do appreciate that. And again, before and after the sale, our customer service is what it's about for us. So, guys, I want to jump into this. We're going to be talking about the best of digital night vision rifle scopes tonight. That's going to be the show. I'm going to give a couple quick disclaimers here. I've given this at the beginning of every one of these shows. Tonight, there's going to be some optics that I'm sure you're going to say, wait a minute, my favorite optic is not mentioned in here, or what about this one, or what about that one? And that's the good thing about doing the show. We get to do what's our favorite. And so these are our favorites. These are the optics that we've used every single one of these. I mean, extensively in the field. Hans and I are still hunting with a couple of the optics on this list. And so we use these, we like these. These are our personal choices. We have used many, many other optics that won't make this list tonight. And for whatever reason we just decided that, we don't think that it's an optic that we want to sell. It's not something that we want to put our name behind. And so we only sell what we think is a good value for the dollar and that we believe in, that we can promote. That is the one thing about us. We test and use every single optic we sell and a whole bunch that we don't sell. Okay. Right. And so that's one thing, because you don't ever do a negative review. Well, we've reviewed it internally, but we're not going to go out and talk bad about stuff. Right. We just pick the winners. And so we try to help you in that way of, if we don't like it or we've got something that we don't think is the best about it, we just don't carry it. So this is our favorite list right here. Might grow next year. Might be some more new stuff on here. We'll have to wait and see. We're excited about 2023, but these are going to be our personal favorites. Now, one more thing I want to talk about. We have not had time to talk about it on this podcast yet, and hopefully we'll get around to it in 2023. But I'm going to show it real quick here tonight. It's not going to be on this list because it is not a rifle scope. But what it is it's a brand new unit. It's called the Sightmark Wraith 4K monocular. It's $699, and it has a built-in IR illuminator, and it's built on the frame of the Sightmark Mini 4K. We're going to talk about those. This unit is helmet mountable. It is hand holdable, and you can also mount it on a rifle in front of a red dot. So it does not have a reticle in it, okay? But you can mount it in front of a red dot. I think Sightmark is still working on some of those mounts. We haven't seen the actual weapon mount yet. We've got this unit. I've got all the stuff for helmet mounting it. And hand holding doesn't need anything. But I'm going to show it real quick on a helmet. Guys, have a lot of people that call and they say, man, I'd love to have something to mount on a helmet. I don't have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to spend on a really nice PVS 14 Gen 3, but I'd like to have something. This is your alternative. $699. Obviously, you're going to have to buy your helmet and some mounting hardware. I've been testing out some hardware and stuff that work with these, so I can help you out with that. So let me show this here.
I think we're going to need to see the helmet on you just for the full effect.
No, that's not going to happen. All right, I'm going to hold this up real quick. So
come on,
so here
man.
it is, right here. Yeah, sorry, I'm not holding this up. You can't see this. This is terrible. I got my mic in the way, but I wanted to show it on the helmet. All right, so here it is, and all right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this thing off of here. Okay, so I've got it off. All right, let me get back over here on the microphone. So this is the unit. It is very small. I still got the sticker on it. It says Wraith 4K. Right up here, we've got our built-in IR illuminator. It takes two CR123A batteries, and I'm trying to get this little compartment door open while on camera. Never a good thing to do. There it is. Good little unit. I really, really like it. Full color during the day, black and white at night. This is a legit little bitty, very lightweight. I should have weighed it. Again, we'll be doing a full review later on, but I wanted to show it for $699. I wanted to talk to guys and let you know there is an option. Number one is a handheld night vision monocular. That's something we haven't had in a long time. We've got that, as well as, you can mount it on the helmet. The mounting hardware on the helmet stuff, I don't have the price in front of me. I think the helmet hardware I've got here is going to be about $200 more, give or take, maybe $250. I don't remember right offhand. And then, you have to have your helmet. But anyway, it's I'm not saying it's cheap, but it's the cheapest way you're going to do it and have a really good quality night vision unit compared to getting a PVS 14 or something. Yep. So Anyway, you got questions about that, let us know. Like I said, I've been testing it, been using it for a while. We've got them in stock at outdoorlegacygear.com, $6.99.
Right. So we're going to run through the list of contenders for the best night vision scopes of the year. And Jason, you talked about we've used and tested all the scopes on this list. I was just kind of scanning through it, and two of these scopes, all of these scopes are daytime and nighttime, so they have daytime color mode. I have shot 2 bucks with 2 scopes on this list back-to-back years. So we have definitely tried all these and tested them all.
I've killed 3 deer with one of these scopes this year.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah. My daughter has killed she's killed several deer, a buck and several does with a couple of these. So yeah. And my little boy has blown some targets out with his 22 with one of these. So yeah.
He's training. Yeah, a little deer hunter
He's
and training. All right.
That's right.
As always, we're going to start with the lowest priced of the contenders and work our way up. I'm going to list out the name and the model, the base magnification level, and the price. So starting with the Sightmark Wraith HD, that's the 2X or the 2-power base magnification unit, $499.97. Then we got the Sightmark Wraith HD 4X, which is the 4-power base magnification, for $499.97, the same price. Really, very similar scopes, just a difference in the magnification levels. Then we have the Sightmark Wraith 4K Max. That's a 3-power base magnification. Price on that, $699.97. Followed by the Sightmark Wraith 4K Mini 2-power. That price on that, $799.97. The Sightmark Wraith 4K Mini 4X or 4-power base magnification, $799.97. And rounding out the list, a very short list, we have the Pulsar Digex C50 3.5-power base magnification, and the price on it's $1,399. Man, that escalated quickly in price.
You say this is a short list, and it is.
Yeah.
But before the Wraiths came out, which there's obviously 5 on this list, before that, we had the old Sightmark Photons. There's only like 2 of those. It was, this list has grown a lot.
It has. Now, I do want to mention, because there's a lot of guys out there that own ATN sights, and, the ATN night vision has been around for many years, and a lot of people own them. I don't want to get too deep into our experiences with ATN. We used to sell ATN products a long time ago. We do not anymore. Just had too many issues with the quality of the product and customer service. So that's why you don't see any of their reviews here. You're not seeing their night vision scopes on this list. We don't test them. We don't sell them. So that's why. If you're wondering why, because I'm sure we're going to get some comments about the X-Sight and all that kind of stuff. But these are our favorites. This is what we test. We have confidence in everything we test and sell, and this is the list. And the ones that we have are really all of them from top to bottom. Great scopes, used them all, and I have, like I said, I've killed a buck with the least expensive scope on this list, and it was awesome. So these things are all more than capable.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to announce the winners, and then we're going to go back and we'll talk about these units kind of individually and just kind of do a brief discussion of them here. So without further ado, our 2 winners are going to be the Sightmark Wraith 4K Mini 2-power and the Pulsar Digex C50. These are our 2 units. And I tell you what, let's just go ahead and we're going to start back over. I want to mention an honorable mention here. Honorable mention is going to be the Wraith 4K Max, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. I want to go ahead and talk about these Wraith HD real quick. Guys, if you're really just wanting to get into this and budget's tight, it's like I got to watch my money. I don't want to spend too much. I get that. The Wraith HDs are a fantastic place to get your feet wet in the night hunting world. And again, as Hans said, they're full color during the day, every one of these optics. So you can use this for hunting during the day, just like, Hans about killing a buck with it. You can do that. You can hunt hogs and coyotes during the day. Whatever you want to do, you can do it day or night. All of these units, and I'm going to make this broad brush and we want to talk about it again, all of these units are going to be good right out of the box with their built-in or included, I should say, included IR illuminators into that 150, 200 yard range. You know, they're going to vary somewhere in between there. And everybody's opinion of, you know, it's funny. I can hand one of these scopes to a guy and it goes, man, you know, and I'll say there's 200 yards, that tree, whatever. Oh man, I could shoot that 200 yards. The next guy goes, well, I couldn't shoot but 150, you know? So it just kind of depends what everybody's opinion of what they're comfortable. But I would just say, you know, 150 to 200 is very reasonable. Again, you can add an IR illuminator, an additional aftermarket like the Sniper Hog light, lights that we sell. You can push the distance that you can see with these scopes out to, you know, 4, 5, 6, 700 yards, depending on the light. Not saying you're going to shoot that far, but you can definitely see that far. Yep. So back to the Wraith HDs. These are the scopes that really kicked this off for Pulsar. It was the first scopes they had brought out that had the full color during the day. They were very, very popular. They still are because of the price. They use AA batteries, and that's really something that appealed to a lot of people because it's like, who doesn't have AA batteries? Right. So the AA's, again, a lot of people really do like that. They're good scopes. As Han mentioned, there's 2 power and the 4 power. The only difference that you're going to see in those 2 scopes is the magnification and the field of view. The field of view will be, twice as wide on the 2 power because it's a lower magnification, and it will be narrower on the 4 power. But it's going to be better for, you know, the guys that are always shooting out there at 100, 150, 200 yards, whatever. You know, they want the extra magnification. Right. Real quick, I should also mention all of these scopes do have digital zoom. They're going to get grainier as you zoom up. There's no question, and I'm going to kind of roll into this, where we're going now with the next 3 units into the 4K resolution. That's the ultra high resolution. You're going to be able to zoom much more while maintaining a better image quality because you're starting with this so much resolution and just, you know, all these pixels. So as you zoom up, you'll keep a crisper, clearer image.
I say the HDs, you know, one of the most, and Jason, what you and I love about them, one of the most basic scopes to use out in there as far as setting up, sighting in, hand it to a kid. They'll probably be able to operate it quicker than most adults, just because kids are good at technology, but very easy to use. It does record video, but that doesn't mean that's a feature that you have to use. If you are if you're needing a night vision scope, or you're wanting a night vision scope to handle a problem or take care of a problem, whether it be hogs or coyotes, and you just want something that's going to get you out there and be effective, you know, you're not like wanting the nicest, newest thing out on the market, but you just want something that's going to work every time and very basic and easy to use. The HDs are great scopes. Like Jason said, it's the one that really kicked it all off, and they've made improvements every year. But you know, a lot of times what they'll do is they will discontinue a scope and replace it with something else. They've kept the HDs, and they've kept them for a reason. They're just rock solid. They're a good value. They're a good price. And for $499, you're out there and you can go effectively hunt hogs, coyotes, varmints, whatever you're hunting, and do so on a budget-friendly way with that $499 price. But I would say still a very good selling night vision scope, and people love them. I mean, they do. I do. I love it. It'll always have a soft spot in my heart, just because of that was really the one that got more. I'd say it got a lot of people in this business, and really helped us with getting more into the night vision and thermal business. I would say we sold a pile and a half of them, and still continue to do so.
Absolutely. So, you know, moving along, let's move to this 4K Max. This is our honorable mention. This unit is $699. When it first came out, it was $799, and they've dropped the price on it, when these 4K minis came out. We'll talk about them in a second. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to give my speech here when I get down to the end. I'm going to wait on this. So we're going to come back to, I'm going to make a comment about this. We love this scope. There was some debate on it being the honorable mention. We'll get into that at the end. This is the scope that I've killed deer with this year. This is the scope that my daughter absolutely loves for deer hunting. She's killed her, she killed her first deer with the Wraith HD, but she killed her first buck with the 4K Max, and she's killed several does with it. Man, I love this thing. I mean, I tell you what I like. I like this 3-power, because what I tell guys all the time, when it comes down to this, they'll say, well, maybe I want a 4K. I'm willing to spend the money. I want the image quality. And they go, 2-power on the Mini, I don't know, it sounds a little low. 4-power sounds a little high. And I go, guess what? There's one right in the middle. Right. And so I think the 3-power, I recommend this more than anything, because it does. It fits right up the middle for the guy that's like, well, I might shoot a hog at 30 yards, but I might want to shoot a coyote at 250. It's like, here you go. Yeah. He just take the happy medium. Great scope. Now this scope, rather than having the internal batteries, the AA batteries, it has an internal battery. You can't take the battery out. You got to plug it in to charge it. It's got a very good battery life. Normal temperatures, you're going to be looking at about 4.5 to 6 hours. Just depends on your conditions and how you're using it. It also depends on if you're recording and if you're in 4K or 1080. So there's a lot of variables there. Right. We really like this scope a lot. I think that at $699, it allows a lot of people that were looking at the HDs to go, okay, $200, I'll pull the trigger, and that'll get me into the 4K. The $499 to the $799 is a pretty big gap to jump, but the $699 I think teases some people in, and they go, okay, let's go for it. Again, this unit, the image quality is really what you're getting there. The ability to zoom up, not get near as grainy, is quick. It's just a fantastic scope. But Hans, let's move on. Talk to him about the minis a little bit.
Yeah, the minis I would say are the newest of the Sightmark line of night vision scopes. So when they first came out, it was just the 4X was the only one that they had. It was the obviously you've probably seen it. If you haven't, go check it out. You can find it on our website, outdoorlegacygear.com. Very small in size, really designed, I would say, for the AR shooter. The way that it mounts, I mean, it sits perfectly on an AR style rifle. But the IR light does not mount on the scope itself, which is different than any other on this list. The IR light that comes with it actually has to mount somewhere else on the rifle, whether it be on the rail, on the handguard, somewhere, but it's not going to mount on its scope itself. And that's, to keep that small footprint of the scope. But again, runs off 2 CR123 batteries, does record video, a 4K resolution. So you get that high resolution, very good picture image day and obviously nighttime mode. But again, Jason, you see it and like, oh man, that looks great on a AR style rifle. But they do make a mount for bolt action rifles. So
man, your great mind thinking like I was literally fixing to pull that thing up. I thought you weren't going to talk about it.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to put on a bolt action rifle, we do have a mount that allows you to do that. It sits that scope back a little bit further so you can get better eye relief. So yeah, we definitely have that option.
So I want to say one quick thing. I'm butting in here, but Sightmark they've made some adjustments with this mount. This mount, it's $49, $50, and this mount now works with all of the Wraiths. So whether you have an HD, 4K Max, or the 4K Minis, it will mount to any of those, and again allow you to push that scope back for further eye relief. If you're on any fixed stocked rifle, the mount slides over a Picatinny or a Weaver rail. And the second thing is that what's cool about it, it has an optional 45-degree angle little Picatinny rail adapter. It comes with it. If you want to put it on there, you can. What this does is it allows you for like these 4K minis, but you could use it even for the Max or the HD, but it allows you to now have a little offset rail to mount your light to that's right out there in front of the scope. So that's a cool deal for guys that either one, they just want to get the light off the scope, or they just don't have a rail out there. Like again, if you're on a bolt action and you're shooting one of these minis. So again, it's very affordable at $50 for this little bolt action adapter. And again, now the new model, that's the only one we're carrying now. It works for all the models of the Wraith.
So the Wraith Mini 4K Mini 4-power was so popular, but they kind of got, I think, in the same situation that they did with the HD. They said, this is very popular, but for the guys wanting a lower magnification, it's not really working. So they came out with the Wraith 4K Mini 2-power. So now you have an option of having 2-power base magnification or 4-power base magnification. And I'll say this, the field of view is going to be, difference between the two is going to be very very big. I can find that here in a little bit. Jason, while you're talking, I'll find
40. I believe, and I'm going to say this off the cuff, I probably shouldn't. I believe that the 4-power is a 21-foot horizontal field of view at 100 yards, and I believe that the 2-power is a 42-foot. I believe the difference is, so it's 2-power. I don't know if I said that right. The 2-power is 42, and the 4-power is a 21. I know it's exactly half, and I'm pretty sure it's 21 and 42. So that's a very, very big difference, and it's the same thing in the HDs. And so guys that are doing a lot of shooting under 100, 125 yards, they need field of view.
Well, either you have a good memory or you have your notes, but yeah, you're exactly right. 21 feet. And
I don't have any notes.
So,
I was gambling.
So it's basically double, but it's 21 feet and 42 feet for the 2-power, and then obviously 21 feet for the 4-power. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of difference when you're looking through at 100 yards as far as field of view. But like we've talked about, and I think the same goes true with thermal optics with the magnification levels there. If most of your shooting is going to be over 150 yards, you're probably going to want to go with the 4-power. If most of your shooting is under 150 yards and even under 100 yards, probably going to want to go with the 2-power. And that's just a general rule of thumb across the board with pretty much all the optics that we recommend and sell.
Yep. And so I don't know if Hans mentions this, he might have, but the Mini uses the CR123A batteries, 2 CR123As. So guys, if you go, well, I don't like CR123As. Great, we got the 4K Max, got an internal. Well, I don't like those. We got the HD, they've got AA's. Well, I don't like those. I don't know, take up golf. So you've got an option for whatever you want. I mean, it really does.
We got the Sightmark battery packs in stock right now that mount to the rifle. You could use that and power the scope with that.
Mount a Picatinny rail mount on the back. So yeah, all of these optics will use a USB external battery pack if you need one. Want to mount it? Want to run it off of that. So let's round this out. Now let's talk about our. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna say this real quick. We chose the Mini 2-power as our winner because that's what we like. We like the 2-power, so that's why we chose it. Again, if the 4-power suits you better, go for it. It's the same exact scope. You're not giving up anything, whether it's the HD or the 4K. Choose the magnification for you. We like the 2-power for the way we hunt, so that's why we chose that.
95% of my shots are under 100 yards, and I would say about 75% of my shots are under 75 yards and even I mean, so we're just not shooting that far, and a lot of it is where we hunt, and the other part is we're just trying to create good content and good videos, and we want, we're trying to get coyotes to come in close, or we're walking out close to pigs. But yeah, that 2-power with that field of view and having too much magnification really starts to hurt you when you, not the first shot's awesome when you have high magnification. It's if they start running, that's where you have the problem. When animals start running, you're trying to take follow-up shots, that's where you can get in a bind and not be able to keep that animal in your line of sight with a narrow scope like a 4X.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Rolling on, let's round this out with the Pulsar Digex C50. This scope, I'm going to go ahead and say it before I forget, we're talking about batteries. This scope is going to use a combination of an internal non-removable battery, like the 4K Max, but it's also going to have a removable proprietary battery that Pulsar sells, an APS-2 or an APS-3 as they call them. They're $80 and $100 a piece. So you're getting a dual battery pack system, and again, one is internal and one is
So
removable.
I know,
Go ahead.
real quick, I was going to say and you're talking about we're, going on to our winner, or one of our winners, the Pulsar Digex C50. And I'll lead into your conversation with this. For such a fantastic scope, it has caused us pretty much nothing but grief since it was released and announced and first
Oh
sold.
my gosh.
And I'll let you explain why, but great
It,
scope, but it has
it
been
is.
it's been tough.
Okay, guys. This was a decision we made to give this scope the award because we do love the scope. It's just a fantastic scope. It deserves this award. And I know the Pulsar guys are listening to this, so I know for a fact because they comment every week on the show. And Ludus is always listening. Listen, this was a very hard award to give, and I don't know if I had to do it over if I would. And here's the reason: it has nothing to do with the quality of the scope. It's that these have been out of production for the United States since May of 2022. It is now the very last week of December 2022. And, there's some, issues with, I know, things that were going on with Pulsar in Ukraine. They were having to move things, out of Ukraine with the war into Lithuania. I know there's been some chip shortages. There's been a lot of things going on. So I'm not blaming them. This is not their fault. I don't mean it in any bad way. It's just been the fact that people love the scope. They've seen it, they want it, and it's been unavailable. And so if there's one thing we know in any type of sales and marketing, is that people really, really want what they can't get. I mean, it is the way, supply and demand works. It is the less of it there is, the more people want of it, especially when it's a good optic. So we have every single day, 7 days a week, multiple emails asking about this, multiple phone calls the 5 days a week that we're open, social media messages every single day. Hey, when's it going to be available? Hey, where's it at? Hey, why don't you have it in stock? And again, this is out of Pulsar's hands. It's just been one of those things where kind of the world that we live in now, everything has not obviously been running smoothly in our world, especially for production of things in the last 2 or 3 years. And this unit has just been one of those that struggled in 2022. So again, we love it, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to tell you how great it is, and we're going to tell you that we hope and we cross our fingers that we will see this sometime in the first quarter of 2023. Again, it could show up tomorrow. It could show up before this podcast airs in the next day or so, but it's unlikely. I think it's going to be a little longer wait. We just really don't know how long. And so that's what Hans is talking about. Again, great optic, and we'll tell you why we like it, but it's just been tough since it's been out of production for
a long
7 months, whatever it is.
So
6, 7, 8 months.
We had a meeting at basically Pulsar's American headquarters a while back, and we got, we spoke with the guys from Lithuania, from the factory, and they told us the reasons why. And I'm going to tell you, we are so far, and I'm glad you mentioned it, we are so far, and I say we here in America, Americans are very far removed away from what's going on in Ukraine, the violence against them, really just unprovoked violence against Ukraine, targeted by Russia. And Pulsar has facilities and all around that area, Belarus,
Lithuania, Latvia.
I mean,
no longer in Belarus. They pulled all that out.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons they had to shut down a factory. And I don't know how much details they want out there or not, but I'm gonna tell you what, the poor people of Ukraine and what Pulsar has been doing to help every way that they can. People over there are just trying to survive. Building scopes and having a living is kind of really had to be an afterthought for them for a while. They're just trying to figure out a way to live and survive, and we're worried about the scope that we had on back order for a while, and people over there are trying to figure out how they're going to eat, while they got bombs coming at them. So when we heard the story as far as what shut down the production, you're like, oh man, this is a bigger problem than we even thought, or
Yeah.
in what they're trying to do. But at the same time, I mean, a lot of customers have been exciting and wanted that to come. And I know Pulsar wants to deliver that scope, and they've had to shift a lot of things around because of it. Like Jason said, they've said that this is going to ramp back up. Great scope, deserves to get the title. But like we said,
does.
you know, it is it's tough to give something an award to basically an invisible scope, which it's been for the last 10 months. But nonetheless, it does deserve the award.
It does deserve it. And so, guys, I'm going to tell you what we like about the thing. Let's talk about it real quick. The unit sells for $13.99. Now, here's what you're getting in this scope that I think, number one, this is the very first thing that's important. If you go and you buy a $6,000 Pulsar thermal scope, okay, $6,000 or anywhere down, you're getting in this C50 the exact same housing, the exact same buttons, the exact same batteries, the exact same menu system, everything that's in a $6,000 scope.
Yeah.
So I'm making the point of the housing, that all of this is the same. This is being delivered to you in not something that they slap together for, we're going to make a digital scope. Let's do some. No, we took our most expensive high-end, Cadillac, and we're going to put our least expensive optic in it. And so you're getting a lot of value for the dollar there. All the same features, the audio recording, the smartphone app, for the Wi-Fi streaming. Again, the removable batteries, the picture-in-picture, all the different reticles, and there's just a lot in this thing. Then another big thing. This is something that there's two things on this that I think means something to a lot of guys. Number one, it is the sub-zero temperature rating. That's a big deal for a lot of guys in cold weather. You can get this thing way down in the cold weather. Also, hang on, what was my second also? Oh, the recoil rating. Sorry, the recoil rating. This thing's recoil rated for a 375 H&H or a 12 gauge shotgun, whereas the Wraiths are going to be for that 308. So again, there are some really good things that justify the price here on this C50. It is very, very, very good in low light conditions with no IR illuminator. They have got this thing where you can run it in this dusky time when you can look out there about 75 yards and say, yeah, I think I can see something maybe's out there. You flip this thing on to this special low light feature and it comes on. I mean, it's full color with no IR light. It's just pulling in so much light. It's so sensitive. So it's a great optic. Another good thing about it is because it's on a 30 millimeter tube, it's easy to mount to a bolt gun or to an AR. So again, I'm not saying this is the right optic for every single person. I think that there's times that I can talk to guys and I can say, you know what, this Wraith might fit you better. And there's other times I'm like, man, too bad the C50 is not here because it's really what you need.
Yeah.
And but it is a great scope, and like Hans said, we expect to see it come back in 2023. That's what we're hoping for. Got our fingers crossed. But it is deserving. It was just hard. It was something we really debated, like, do we give it to this scope since nobody's seen it for 6, 7, 8 months? But it does. It deserves it. And, it holds its own against a big pack of these Sightmark Wraiths. All great optics. And, again, you got something for everybody. $500 to $1,400. Pick your poison wherever you want to be. We got something for everybody.
Congratulations again to the Sightmark Wraith 4K Mini, the 2-power unit, which is one of our winners. The other winner is the Pulsar Digex C50, and then our honorable mention being the Sightmark Wraith 4K Max, that one being $699. Congratulations to our winners, and honorable mention. If you're looking to purchase a night vision or thermal scope, you're trying to decide, hey, is night vision the right thing for me? Is it appropriate for my application? Am I going to be able to be effective with a night vision scope? These are all legitimate questions. Night vision does have some advantages over thermal. Yes, you heard that right. There is some advantages with night vision over thermal. But if you're wondering if it's going to be the right fit for you, and again, if it's going to make you more effective out at night hunting, give us a call. If you're looking to buy something, give us a call. 877-350-1818. We appreciate, and we always hear people say, well, you told us to call you if we got questions on and we're ready to buy. Absolutely. We want to talk to you. It is a very, very busy time of the year, but Jason and I are just somehow we managed to get just about everybody. There's rarely ever a time we don't get everybody called back. It may be a little bit of a
hope
wait.
That day doesn't come.
I know.
Yeah,
it's usually it's a little bit of a wait, but we do a good job getting those people called back. Anyway, 877-350-1818. We'd love to help you out. We'd love to earn your trust and earn your business. And a couple of good old boys from East Texas would love to make sure that we get you in that right optic. That's going to make you happy. And also tell all your friends and buddies and hunting partners where you got it and that you need to call us. We do get a lot of referral business, and that's, I think, a good sign. If you're trying to find more episodes of the Late Night Vision Show, theLateNightVisionShow.com, easiest place to find it. You're going to find all of our past episodes there. You're going to be able to see what we've talked about in the past, compare it against other best of shows. See if the production value of this show is getting any better. Try to give me a passing grade on that, since I am the executive producer. I think I got a review coming up pretty soon with the boss. So
thank you. You may be getting fired.
Exactly.
I'm taking applications for 2023 for
it wouldn't
co-host.
take much. It wouldn't take much. And then, if you want to find Jason on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you can find it. I'll just search Outdoor Legacy Gear. You'll find them somewhere on a forum, most of the time. You can find me on Instagram, HANSETX. You can find the Late Night Vision Show on Instagram, on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube, Hans East Texas. A lot of people talk about, seeing us in more than one spot. So thank you for tuning in. And we have, gosh, Jason, next week is 2023, and we've got a lot of interview shows coming up the week of SHOT Show, like we've done in the years past. We're going to do our SHOT Show. So we've got a lot of things, and we are working hard to bring you all of that content. Fingers crossed we'll put it out and produced on time. And it may even have audio this time. We've had some audio issues on some past episodes.
Some audio issues. Yeah. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you're just watching this, first show, maybe you've seen them ours, you go, I don't know what these guys are making such a big deal about. We have been doing these best of shows for, 7-8 weeks now. There's been a lot of them. So this is the end of a series for us. So it's a nice wind down right here at the end of the year where some satisfaction in being done and having a job behind you. That's kind of where we're at. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed 2023. We thank you, or 2022. We've enjoyed it. We thank you for all your support. All the likes, the comments, the subscribes, the guys watching the shows. Then especially the guys who have chose to support us by, giving us your business at Outdoor Legacy. So it means so much to you, to us. Thank you so much. And we can't wait for hopefully a great 2023.
Well, if y'all, go ahead. I thought you were going to let me sign off.
I didn't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're trying to go sing them a song.
I don't know. We've always done the same, and I talked about it, the same sign off. So, what do you say? Stay safe in the fields and keep making them. I think we need to come up with something else.
Right, we'll come up with something new for 2023.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, just say over and out. And just be that. That's our sign
on the CB.
Sign off.
Okay,
but go ahead with. This will be the last time you hear this sign off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This will be the last time. So between now and next week, we'll plan on coming back next week. Between now and then, y'all stay safe in the fields. Keep making those bacon pancakes and whatever.
Over and out.
Hans wants to change it to. Over and out. Big 10-4, good buddy. All right. See y'all later.